welcome. I think this is video 10 and a little update. I've half carpeted the side door of the van. I've still got to do the tidying up around the actual window, but it's neatened up, and again, similar to the back doors, I had to put like plywood along the bottom because of how much insulation was behind it. When I was opening and closing the door, the tin foil was actually scraping on the side of the door, on the side of the outside of the van, sorry. So I didn't want, obviously, my carpet, if the outside of the van was wet, to be wet when I'm opening and closing it. So a bit of plywood, and then stick the carpet to the plywood, and that keeps it from scraping along. What else? I'll put some bits of plywood in here to partition off the like the back of the bed from where you're going to be sitting, and properly mounted the fuse box and stuff. So now I know that if I sit on this box, this is going to be one of the seating areas. I just need to build the seat and all that jazz. We're going to have a table that sort of like comes out, slides out from underneath here. Another chair over there. It's going to be pretty cushy in here because this is obviously going to be plied and stuff, but there's enough room. And this is like for like dinner dates, basically, for me and Megan. Most of the time we're just going to be chill on the bed. There's obviously going to be storage underneath where I'm sitting. But yeah, today is carrying on with the fridge bits, really. So as you can see, the fridge is sort of fitted, it's in. There's going to be a drawer underneath here for, like, I don't know, beans, tins, something like that. Basically that exact height is exact height of a bean can. Well, it's not exact height. Once I've built the drawer, it's the exact height of the bean can, so that should fit nicely in there. But because of all the hoo-ha with the fridge and sort of like the air circulation that's needed, I've had to build this sort of like enclosed, insulated little pod, basically. So the fridge slides backwards and in. I'll take it out in a minute and show you some of the bits I'm going to be doing today. But and then that's airtight all the way around, as best as it can be, really, with all the insulation and all the foil tape. And then yeah, that's basically that done. Obviously we need to gas it and electric it and stuff, but like, fridge is in, just needs to be screwed into the battens, make this up a bit better, and the fridge is done. So I'll move it out, I'll show you a little bit more about that. So this is the spaceship, or spaceship number 2. So yeah, those are the vents, obviously, one for the hot air, one for the cold air, and this just slides directly in. The air can't get anywhere else, out anywhere else other than those 2 vents. And then when this is down on the top of the fridge, maybe it can escape a little bit from there, but it's not too bad. But today there's another fan over there. 2 seconds. I've been buying old PC fans, basically. So because it's not ideal for the air vents to not be directly behind the fridge, and obviously, as I've said before, there's a batten there, so I've had to like introduce some extra airflow. So as you can see, I've got 2 tiny little fans up here, which are going to be blowing the hot air sort of across the top to stop any pool of air that's going to be around here. Obviously the heat's going to rise, and I want it to go out that way, so I kind of don't want any excess heat here. And then I've got a massive fan. I couldn't really fit a big one there because of the space. I've got a massive fan to stick, I don't know, maybe somewhere there. I've not quite worked it out yet. Maybe like that, actually. That might be better. Yeah, like that. I don't know, I'll suss it out. To draw the cold air in, just to give some extra circulation, and then, oh fuck, I should have brought my soldering iron. I could have done that. Whatever. Then it'll be like a little switch on the side somewhere. Basically, for if it's particularly like hot weather, I can introduce some extra airflow to circulate the air around. And that's basically the idea. That's just an extra precaution, basically. Anyway, so today it's a pretty ming day outside. Back at my parents' house. So I don't really want to be in and out of the van doing woodwork and chopping stuff, and so I'm doing some electrics. So I've got the plug sockets for the 240. I've got 3 of them, I think. So the plan is, yeah, 3 of them, to have one in the kitchen for any appliances that you might want to be 240, like, I don't know, if you have a blender, not that we are, but I'm going to have one there, or just as a general easy access one if you ever need anything. Ooh. Almost dropped it. And then there's going to be 2, oh, so one on each side, like this is going to be like a cupboard backwards underneath the bed, so there's going to be one on either one of them for like laptops or anything like that. And then I've got the USBs, so there's 4 of them, so there's going to be one on either side of the bed for like phones and stuff like that, in like a little cubby hole bit, and then again there's going to be one on either side where you're going to be sitting, for charging phones and stuff if you're sitting down. I probably should maybe have one at the kitchen. I haven't quite sussed it yet, and I'm not doing the kitchen or the wiring yet, so I think I probably will buy another one, but for now that'll do. And then obviously all of the surrounds, the matching surrounds, so that all looks all fancy. So that's today's job, to do all the wiring for that, crimp all of them shit together, fit the fan, sort of odd little bits really. I brought a step as well, like a little metal step, for the entrance. That needs to be cut down, to be fair, but be something like that. And obviously the kitchen's going to come to like here anyway, so I only really need like, I don't know, like a third or something like that, or a quarter of that cut off, and then yeah, that's the to keep all that tidy, make that look nice. Yeah, odd bits. Sort of good to do odd bits sometimes, because you get bored of, I don't know, I've been doing a lot of woodwork, which when I first started the van, after when I was doing all the insulation and stuff, I actually only recently re-watched all of my van videos again, just to sort of see how far I'd come, because it seems it's coming up to a year since I've had the van now. Some people do these things in like 17 days, but I just haven't had the time to commit to doing that, or the money really. So it's good to do a little bit sometimes, because it's sort of like, you don't feel like such a big day and you don't feel so pooped after doing it. But yeah, so that's today's things. And the next big things are probably going to be either the water or the gas. Start doing that. But yeah, sweet. I'm going to enjoy my cup of lemon and honey tea and get